Hey, what's going on, y'all? It's your boy Lump Dog, your favorite fantasy football commissioner's favorite fantasy football commissioner. I'm back with the PPH video commissioner message, week number 6 of the 2023 season. Man, we're almost here to week 7. That's the halfway point. Got to give you guys a trade alert here. Week 11 is the trade alert, so make sure you have all your trades done by then. Please, please, I'm begging you, please trade with Zach. Go ahead. Give him whatever you want. He is the man to trade with. Trade away with him. I have to make up for last week since he got so butthurt about me saying he didn't not to trade with him because he had so many championships. But excuse me, I'm so sorry to have offended the snowflakes in the league about the Commish's influence on the other owners. I can't influence the owners to do anything else, but somehow I'm influencing them on who and who to trade with. So by all means, trade with Zach. He's a master trader. Other than worked out great for him, this week with Josh Jacobs and CeeDee Lamb. He, I think, traded away 2 weeks ago, and now the guy Barron, who traded away Josh Jacobs for CeeDee Lamb, has CeeDee Lamb on a bye week, and now has to face Josh Jacobs with the Bears and one of the worst run defense. So I'm sure Josh Jacobs will just stick it to Darren Wright in the suckle. But anyway, please go ahead, trade away. Do not listen to the commission who or whom you shouldn't trade with. Do what you feel is best for your team. There. I hope I settled that and that can be put to bed. All right. If that doesn't, here's another apology. Heartfelt and sincere apology. There it is. Heartfelt and sincere. So if that doesn't end it, then I don't know what more I can do. I'm done with it. All right. Anyway, let's take a quick look at the standings here with Just My Luck at 6-0. Got spiced up at 4-2. Boogaloo Boys at 4-2, and then everyone else is really bunched up here at 3-3. No one really kind of separating themselves. And then we got 3 teams at 2-4, and then No Way Jose at 1-5. Man, I really think his lady has got something going on with him that he keeps starting Jimmy Garoppolo. He's getting it or something. I don't know, but it's not working out for him for his fantasy team. Hopefully his life is working out better because the fantasy team is hurting right now. Just be on the lookout for them Predators, Jose. Now that you're 1-5. And then you got Justin Jefferson injured, Devontae Adams, who's also not been performing with Jimmy G. So look out for them Predators, and I'm one of them. So watch out. You've been warned. All right, man, let's go ahead. I got a Cone's Corner here, so let's go ahead and get into last week's games. In the first game here, we got myself taking out the haters, 105 to 79.3. Justin Herbert. I didn't need him to win, but man, it's just not very happy with the way he looked against that Cowboys D. But 34.7 points. Kamara with 10.4, 10.9 from Kirk, 15.8 from Marr, and then 10 from the Falcons D was enough to get me the dub. Haters, Stafford with 28.8, 14.5 from Allen, and then 10 from the Niners D. The big one with the haters here, man, is he went ahead and he left Kelsey, no Red Cross, on his IR on Thursday night. Wasn't the difference in the game, but still, bro, you got to do a better job of checking your lineup. That's not cool giving out, losing like that without some of your best players in your lineup. So that's the way it is, man. That's the way it is. And I guess I got one on there, but I don't like it. I don't think it's cool. I would be mad too if I saw that in the league and it was somebody else. So everyone is justifiably angry at the haters for that one, and they should be. So anyway, in the next game, we got Patty Whack losing one to the 289ers, 118.6 to 88.9. I don't know what's going on with Patty. I think he's playing with his heart and not his head. He went ahead and started Purdy over Burrow. Again, man, just think that you're playing a little bit with your heart there, man. I mean, I love Purdy too, but man, you got to play some matchups, and that wasn't a good one against the Browns. Only 16.2 there. Breece Hall with 15.3. Nothing else really going on, but the Tucker with 17.7 and the Bengals D with 14. Under 90 is not going to get you many wins, but take the L. Tardo there. Patrick Mahomes for the 289ers, 36.7, which, by the way, the 289ers are the only the only squad in the entire league without a logo, with just the generic football helmet logo. I mean, I'd be thinking like if it was Grant or an Oregon helmet or something that actually had to do something with the 289ers, make something, but just this generic helmet's pretty lame. But whatever. He's like you said, he's in the back seat now. He's no longer in the front seat. So that's what backseat people do. They just have generic logos. All right, man. Chubba Hubbard with 15, 21.8 from Cup, and then 12.1 from Myers. Jacoby Myers has actually been pretty solid, and then Ravens D with 18, and he got that 118.6 win, proves his record to 3-3. Next game, we got the basket of deplorables off the schneid, man. Lost 4 games in a row after that first win of the season against me. Comes back big with 142.5 and the weekly winner. Beats the Brewdogs with 79.1. Tua, this is just one of those Tua Hill games, 44.2. Hill with 23.3. Ooh, just 3 yards from that off that 23-point bonus. Almost had it there, Tommy. Almost. Got to be a little quicker than that. Brian Robinson's with 11.6, 10.6 from Sutton, 13.7 from Carlson, and the Vikings D, good free agent pickup last week with 25 points. Kirk Cousins with 21.1 for the Brewdogs and 12.7 from Lamb, and that was really about it, and takes the L. So that was the game. There we go. In the next game, we got the Mollywops losing out to Just My Luck, 105.5 to 116. Jalen Hurts for Just My Luck, 35.7. Mosert with 32.2. One thing I want to say about this real quick, because I keep getting blown up in the text thread from the Mollywops because he's a huge crab and hates on me any attempt he can get. Dude, like, he wants to sit there and go, bad trade advice. Dude, Ron Achane has been injured, okay? And then Carolina is one of the worst run defenses. And so are we doing trade evaluations week to week now? Like, okay, it worked out this week. It was the greatest trade ever. It didn't work out. It's the worst trade ever. Oh, 3 weeks from now, let's look back at it. Like, nah, bro. Like, we do that for like a season, for the rest of the season. So 32.2 points. Again, what I believe led to that, one was playing the Carolina defense, and then 2, Achane being out, because he would at least lost 1 touchdown. At least 1 touchdown, and what, about 50 yards probably? That's like a low estimate. So you think it would actually be more, but 1 touchdown, 50 yards for Achane in this game, it would take that away from Mosert. Yeah, I don't think that's a fair trade. So there we go. 18.5 from Thielen, man. He's been quietly doing good, man. Ever since like the first game, I think he did pretty shitty, but ever since that, he's been quietly being a good fantasy receiver and good receiver in the NFL too. 17 from the Chiefs defense was enough to get him to 6-0. The Mollywops, Josh Allen with 27 points. Man, struggled against the Giants. Didn't see that coming. I thought he was having a 40, 50 point night, but nope. Giants showed up, and I don't know, something up with Allen. He looks a little off this year, man. Just all the turnovers and interceptions. Just doesn't look to be on the same page. Maybe the Stephon Diggs drama is getting to that team or something. Not sure. ETN with 20.3, 19.4 from St. Brown, and then that was it. So everyone, please trade with Zach. Do all your trades. Get your trades. Shoot him an offer. Get the trades into Zach so he can stop crying to me about how I rigged the league against him and how you all listen to me. And he had so many trade offers until I told him not to do it. So please trade him. They should all start flooding in now. They could all flood in. I want to see nothing but that. Nothing but trade offers to Zach. Please do it. All right, next one, spiced up, taking out his boy Gator, 114.4 to 104.3. Man, gotta say, Gator, you learned the hard way. The fantasy football gods are real. Don't spite them. Don't talk about them. You learn the hard way. And then I think the buzzball, which only works for Duke. Don't think you're going to start slamming buzzballs and getting wins. That only works for Duke for some reason. But it worked for him because as soon as he slammed it, it kind of seems Pollard breaks off that like 60-yard catch and run where they didn't tackle him. So anyway, off with 47.6. 11 from Pollard, 11.9 from Zach Moss. Probably one of the best free agent pickups this year, I would say. Zach Moss. He's up there. Him, Puka, right? I mean, Puka, I think, would be hands down, but Moss really is not that far back from Puka being one of the best free agent pickups. And that was really about it. And got a 114.4. Hater, you did it to yourself. Fields got injured. Fantasy football gods just letting you know, man. Just don't spite him. Don't talk about him. You could talk about Duke all you want, but don't tell him, that the gods aren't real and stuff, because they have a funny way of making you believe. I hope you're a believer now. 17.3 from Henry, 11.8 from Cooper, 10.3 from Pitts, 18.7 from Tucker. Man, so many field goals and then the Jaguars D with 18. Wasn't enough to get it done. Takes the L. And that was that. In the next game, we got the Top Clavering Crushers versus the Boogaloo Boys. This is the Brit Bros against each other. Boogaloo Boys. Man, can get it done this week. Only 18.2 from Mayfield, 13 from Ramondre Stevenson, 11 from Diggs, 14.1 from Brown, AJ, and then that was really about it. Big week outside of really on Lawrence for Hot Crab and Crushers. Got 14.9 from Walker, 22.8 from Karen Williams, 10.8 from Folk, and then 10 from the Eagles D. And actually, I take that back. It wasn't a big week. Just his running backs had a big week is really what led him to that win. So big week for his running backs, but not much going on in the receiving department there, and tight end, man, Kittle. All right, and then the last game here, if I get the mouse working, boom. No way, Jose, man. Takes the L to Irresistible Force, 71.1 to 82.1. Man, just if you could have just started Geno, like I said, Jose. Go with the guys you drafted. You drafted them for a reason, man. You drafted him for a reason. You picked Garoppolo was on the free agent for a reason. Man, I understand if Garoppolo's performing or the matchup is just so juicy you can't pass it up, but bro, go with the guys you drafted. You drafted him for a reason. Well, anyway, Irresistible Force, I think, learned that lesson, because even though he beat me, he sat Lamar Jackson that week, and he ended up still winning. I couldn't make him pay for it, but since that point in time, he started Lamar Jackson every week and got 31.5 out of him this week. McCaffrey 11.2, 11.1 from Waddle, and that was it. And 82. Usually you should be losing. You got the win, so count your blessings there, Irresistible Force, for getting the dub on that one. All right, so there you go. That's this week's Commish message. I'm going to go ahead and get into Cone's Corner, and we'll do his recap of picks, and I'll catch you all next week. Good luck to everybody. I'm talking about everybody. Everybody in the PPH. Good luck to you in Week 7. And Lump Dogs out. Peace.
It's going to be Irresistible Force every time.
Every time. It's your bandmate.
I would say Patty's Playbooks.
Going against your bandmate.
I'm going to have to go with Mr. Sweet Spot this week. I think Aaron's going to win it. Yeah.
Calling. Oh, dang. So you think Tommy's going to lose 5 games in a row? Wow. Yeah. All right. The Mollywops, Z, versus Just My Luck, Brent.
I'm going to have to go with Just My Luck, Brent.
Wow.
Gator on this one.
All right. Gators with the win there.
I would have to go with Britt and Foss on this one.
All right. Yeah. Britt and Foss.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Cone's Corner. This one's at Baskin Robbins, 31 flavors here. Welcome. And I'm going to go ahead and start off by saying the league has been kind of, in my eyes, a little bit docile. They haven't been out chirping. They haven't been getting together, going to clubs. They haven't been doing nothing. Bars, we haven't been meeting up. We got to meet up. Let's get this league together more. Let's keep things flowing. Don't we have a cook-off coming up?
Supposedly in November.
Is it? Okay. Well,
sometime in November.
That's
Britt Tardo's hosting.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds good. Sounds good. That's
So, since we're here at Baskin and Robbins, what's your favorite Baskin and Robbins flavor?
it's usually strawberry cheesecake is my favorite.
Strawberry cheesecake,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
Do you like Thrifties or Baskin and Robbins ice cream better?
It's a toss up. They're both equally good.
Still down the middle, even with your ice cream. You can't pick a favorite.
I would say down the middle. Yes.
All right. So let's get into this week's matchups. This week we have Haters versus the 289ers.
I'm going to have to go with the 289ers.
Okay. Do you know who that is?
Yes, I do.
Which team is
you
that?
know who that is?
I absolutely do.
Okay. Well, then let's continue on with Cohen's Corner.
Okay. So I'm just going to give you the team names, and I want you to give me the owners' names.
I'm not going to give you the owners' names.
The Molly Whoppers.
You're not going to put Cohen's
at
Corner
the
up.
Broon Dogs.
No. I'm gonna.
You can figure these out.
I'm gonna have to go at the Brew Dogs.
You know who that is?
Yeah, I do. I know
who is that?
I know exactly who it is.
Okay. You got the next one, Mr. Sweet Spot at West Point Gators.
I'm gonna have to go with Mr. Sweet Spot.
You know who that is?
Pretty much, I think. Yeah.
I wouldn't like to know who he is. All right. Next one is the Cock Cavern Crushers at the Irresistible Force. Oh,
we always know that the Irresistible Force.
How you feeling about this matchup? Is there everything good? I mean, are there any like friction or electricity going there between you and your old co-owner?
I rode the contract out with.
Yeah, but isn't there just a little bit more like when a free agent, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So you're playing football, right? You're a free agent, and the team that you have been playing with no longer wants you, but this other team comes along and says, you know what, we want you, we'll sign you. When you play that other team that you just were playing for, they said we no longer want you. Isn't there just a little bit more something on it?
I don't feel like they didn't want me. I feel like I wanted them, they wanted me, but we still knew it was just time to part. The football minds work that way.
Okay.
Football minds work that way.
Gotcha.
We both knew it.
It was a mutual.
It was definitely a mutual feeling.
Did you tell Britt it's not you? It's not him. It's you. You're like, hey, bro, I need to get a new coach. It's not you. It's
I don't
me.
want to get into our closed door conversation.
Okay, they were closed door.
No,
I thought they were open door. I thought
No.
Brett was all about transparency. Okay, all right, but so nothing more on this game. The Cock Cabin Crushers, Britt and Foster, versus the Irresistible Force, Cone and Duck, which Duck and Foss. I wonder if there's any. I wonder if it's all copacetic there too.
I'm not going to speak for that.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
I'm not going to speak on that either, but I would think that Duck would like to get a win against his old teammate.
Yeah, it's going to be a legit match.
I don't think Foster cares at all one way or the other.
You really?
Yeah,
I think Foster really does care.
Really? I don't think he gives a shit.
I think he cares.
I don't think he gives a flying F. All right, next game we got Spiced Up at Basket of Deplorables. Who are those owners?
You know what? I'm gonna have to tell you once again. I'm not playing the owner game with you.
Not playing the owner
but
game.
I'm going to go with
Spiced Up at Basket of Deplorables.
You know, I think it's Spiced Up, even though I'm pulling for Basket of Deplorables on this one, but I think Spiced Up's better.
All right.
Yeah.
In the next matchup, we have the Boogaloo Boys at Just My Luck. Do you know who these owners are?
You know what, man? Please, we're gonna have to. I don't want to have to cut this interview short.
We only have one more to go after this. So.
You know what? I'm gonna have to go with. Can you give me a little help on this?
Which do you need help with?
I need help with the owners' names.
Oh,
Give me the owners'
names. The owners' names are Polly and Brent.
Oh, because you're looking at your
Huh,
phone?
no.
Is that why?
Because it says their team names
Yeah,
there. It doesn't
but
say
you
their
had
name.
to look?
No.
Oh, okay. No.
Boogaloo Boys at Just My Luck.
I'm just saying.
Polly at
You didn't
Brent.
come off the cuff with it, dude.
Oh, I came out straight off the
you
cuff.
want to start
So I
throwing
forgot
that
exactly
around.
who we were talking
I was giving you the
about.
test. I just threw it right back around at you,
And
bro.
I passed it.
And you failed.
No, I wasn't like I was like, oh,
Hey,
I
guess
can't
what?
play this
Okay,
game.
you know what? Here, look, go ahead. Ask a question.
Okay.
Once more.
Who's going to win the game between Boogaloo Boys and Just My Luck? Who do you think's going to win?
I think it's going to be a tie.
Tie.
I think it's
Okay.
gonna be a tie.
I like it.
I think it's going to be a tie.
I like it. All right. Didn't expect that coming. Good answer there, Cone. All right. And the last matchup of the week, No Way Jose at Patty's Playboys. You know who these owners are, right? No Way Jose.
No Way Jose
and Patty's Playboy.
Yeah. Okay. So, I think it's going to be Patty's Playboys.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, to recap, you got 289ers, Mollywops, Mr. Sweet Spot, Irresistible Force, Spiced Up, tie between Polly and Brent, and Patty's Playboys.
Exactly.
Awesome.
Exactly.
All right. Cool. That's this week's matchups in the PPH. So is there anything else, Cone, that you'd like to let the viewers know? Any, maybe would you like to pose a question to the viral viewers that they can write into you about?
Yeah, I was wondering why I'm not getting any viral viewer questions this week.
Yeah.
I rely on your feedback and your questions. So please do send your questions and concerns to my published company.
Yeah, I think maybe one of the problems might be is that on YouTube this is pushed out to fantasy football heads,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
And then I think last week when you were like, they asked a trade question from you.
Oh, I threw it back.
Yeah, you're like, oh, no
I didn't
answer.
want it. I was kind of having a bad week, but you know what? I understand it. It's hard coming up here and being on a camera every week after week after week and producing.
Some think that
pretty
that's
much
not
the same.
skin in the game. Do you feel that skin in the game is
I
coming on
don't-
camera week after week after week?
I don't like to talk much about skin in the game because I consider skin in the game going to the rules meeting in Vegas,
Yep, that is skin in the game for sure.
and from there it's like I threw the mic. That was it.
That was it.
Colin's Corner here, and we have a PPH member, Brent, on the line. And do we have any questions for him already?
Well, he's 6-0. Why don't you ask him about
Yeah.
how he feels about being undefeated?
How do you feel about being 6-0?
I feel terrible.
Oh, is that right?
Squeak by. I feel squeak by with a couple, 80-point wins, high 80 wins. But normally this is the curse. You go undefeated and then you're right back to earth. So I don't mind it. Likewise.
Okay. Well, you know what? I think you're doing great, and I want you to keep up the good work.
Thanks, man.
It
I
really.
appreciate it. I appreciate the phone call and the opportunity to be on Cone's Corner. I wish I could do it in person.
Yeah, I would love to have. I would
Gator's
love.
calling. Hold up, Brent.
Hold on, Brent.
Yeah.
Here, give me it. You don't have to do it. Here.
I think I hang up on Gator, but I actually grabbed it out of my hand.
No,
Merge the
I did
calls.
not. Hey, Brent, you there? Okay, hold on. We're going back with you. Gator Church tried to call back in on Cone's Corner. He was called. I've been making dry calls to the league, and you're the only one that has accepted the opportunity to be on Cone's Corner yet, as of yet.
Yeah. Next time I want to do it in person. You guys.
We would love to have you here in person.
I'll get myself down there.
That's not going to take too much to make happen. We'll make that happen as soon as next week. So, I would appreciate. I would appreciate it if you showed up on Coon's Corner. That would be awesome, bro.
Well, you guys, I think I just saw stuff on the thread about Baskin Robbins.
Yes, we're at Baskin Robbins right now, and I'm gonna have a cone, but I'm gonna wait till after the episode, the recording.
All right. Well, perfect.
Yeah. What's your best draft pick this year?
My best pick this year. Montgomery has been the one that showed up when he has a few times, put up solid numbers. Unfortunately, he's hurt this week.
Yeah.
But that's a pretty good value. Fields.
Okay.
He should. There's just a few defenses that have his number, and he doesn't put on a big.
Hey Brent, let me call you back from my phone. Cone's speaker is like really low.
Brent.
Yes.
Who is your go over your best draft picks again, so we can get that.
All right. Well, like I said, Montgomery I think was a pretty good snag. He's been putting up decent numbers. I think above average numbers for most games, except for he's hurt now. So we'll see how far that sets me back. But like I said, Fields being the number one pick, my number one pick, anyways. He's been solid, but there's a few defenses that do have his number, and they kind of are able to dissect him pretty easily. And doesn't put up the big numbers like he has last year, but he's been putting up decent numbers. But all in all, most of my guys have shown up. I guess probably the last 4 games, if anything. The first 2 games, I was afraid for my season because I was only putting up numbers in the high 80s, low 90s. So it looked like it was going to be all bad, but they finally got their act together.
Okay.
Made some threats, and then they wised up and started acting right. Sometimes you got to do that.
How about your trades? Have you had any good trades that you?
Let's talk about the Mostert trade. Yeah, other than losing out on 2 back-to-back weeklies, had I held on to old Travis with those the 2 following weeks after I traded him away, I would have had 2 weeklies back-to-back. But it's all right. When we went head-to-head, Mostert, took my advice and went out there and played like a champ, and we walked right on through old Zachy Zach there.
Okay.
But inquiring minds want to know, Brent, was it Mostert's Niner history that made you want to really get the guy?
I've always been a Mostert fan.
Because he was a Niner, right?
But yeah, I mean, I liked him as a Niner too. But obviously there wasn't much room for him with McCaffrey. But I think just looking at his the depth of it, and then I have Jeff Wilson on my bench on my IR.
Yep.
And that kind of gives me the handcuff for a running back there, just in case something does happen. So I like what that looked like in the future.
You got the 2019 49er running backs locked up.
Right, exactly.
Went to the Super Bowl that year with those guys, so
I know.
Not a bad crew to hang your wagon to there, hit your wagon to.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens, what shakes out. They keep saying that Wilson should be back. It was week 4 or week 5, then week 6. Now it's expected week 7. But I mean, if he's not putting any practice in, I don't think he's going to be there anytime soon.
Yeah. All right. Well, hey.
Yeah, this week Zach just shot me a text saying, "Man, your lineup looks a little tough. I think I have 4 guys out this week, so I'm going to be whoever's playing me this week is going to have a good shot of knocking off the undefeated."
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Looks possible.
We'll see.
Well, before we let you go, do you have any viral viewer question for Cone on Cone's Corner? Do you have any questions for Cone?
Oh man. For Cone, let's see here. How do you feel about your season so far, Cone?
I'm loving my season. We're starting out pretty slow, but it's working out, man. We got some wins behind our belt, and we're doing pretty good. I'm really liking it. I'm liking it.
Well, good to hear. Yeah, it looks like you guys are just about 5. Well, you're at 500 now.
Yeah.
Or are you guys 4-2?
I think we're at 3. What are we at? Shoot.
3-3.
I think we're 3-3.
Okay. Yeah, 500.
Yeah. So.
And then what is it? I think is it. What is it? 14 game season or 15?
It's a 14 regular. Playoffs start
okay.
week 15, 16, and 17.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So almost halfway there.
Almost halfway.
Mm-hmm.
Trading deadline's week 11.
We really scraped by. We really scraped by on this last game with No Way Jose. It was an ugly win, but we squeaked it off, man.
That's how Brent won his first 2.
Yeah.
In the 80s.
Yeah.
What's that?
So that's how you won your first 2 games. You won them like 80, like you were in the low 80s, but still won.
Yeah, I think it was like 80, 89 or 86 or something like that. It was it was just a battle of the 2 shittiest teams.
That's how Cone won this week with like a low 80 score. But
wow.
Yeah, No Way Jose put up like 77 or something.
Wow. Yeah. Well, and I mean, I had a lucky win against Darren there too, because I actually had a dude. I think it was had someone that ended up being inactive, so I started an inactive player before they were out on injury. They had a Red Cross, but they were expected to play. Then they just ended up by before game time they pulled them, and I hadn't paid close enough attention to it. And so I played Darren with 10 guys.
Yeah, you had Christian Watson in your lineup.
Yep.
Speaking of which, how do you both feel? Both to you and Cone, how do you guys feel about Jimmy leaving Kelsey on the IR with no Red Cross this past week?
Well, I mean, what was the voted fine for that?
Well, we revoked the fine. There used to be a $20 fine for leaving an inactive
what was the $40
guy.
Fine?
There used to be a $20 fine for what you did. We revoked that. Jimmy got fined because it's the Red Cross rule. He had him on the IR with no Red Cross.
Okay.
We used to have an inactive player fine where if you started an inactive player, it was a $20 fine.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I got a soft spot in my heart for Jimmy being busy and just having a crazy life. So I understand how hectic it can be, and all days turn into one. Weeks turn into months turn into years for somehow, and before you know it, things just go flying by and you forget. And but I don't know.
Yeah, but
I'm not too concerned with it.
Lump's not
right on.
Lump's not as forgiving as us.
Yeah,
he's always throwing,
right.
He's throwing the hammer.
But I'm the PPH law enforcement, I have to worry about the rules.
That's right.
I would love it.
Locomotive and the caboose.
Anyone else wants to step up and be commish? I'll take a step back and just be an owner. That'd be great.
Appreciate what you do, Lump. You do a great job.
Thanks, bro. Thanks. Anyway. All right, Brent. Thanks for calling into Cone's Corner. You are PPH superstar this week.
Yes, you are.
That's right. Going for 7-0, baby.
The fantasy football gods will shine upon you.
Hey.
Yeah. All right, guys.
All right.
Talk to you guys later.
Peace out, Brent.
All right, peace.
Thanks again for tuning in to Cone's Corner this week. We'll see you next week, and please come with viral viewer questions and concerns.